Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time.
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play. Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, but despite his intentions for me, in truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant. As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable in its primitive form. It can only be used to create and implant memories. But once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level, but it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world. Yes, I have the ability to control the loom in its After all, its existence cost me my life. That. I was wrong. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this, as if... I know, why would I do something so... But I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. Chief Ahmadiyya, Aram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. I was curious, so I selfishly, even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. I know it sounds stupid. After all, any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based... I know. But there's nothing I can do to... If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with this... I know. Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the Loom of Fate has already been completed. No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body his plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take that way. Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. That's right, because in his mind, before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to know. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be... I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither in the face of everything they could be planning. I fear I'm too... In any case, I had my own use for the... You remember my father, don't you? Clotar, after he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form. To comfort me, my father told me a story. That this was a fairy tale. That story managed to dispel my fears. My goal was simple. To use the Loom of Fate in its near complete to implant a specific memory. In that memory, I would tell them a... I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
Looks like I was too late to see Caribert one last time. Caribert's consciousness is gone. And this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. The Loom of Fate, huh? Before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon just such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no act. However, the heavenly principles will awaken. You could say that. Just look at Caribert. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is even as a hilichurl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Aether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me. Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Aether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Still so sleepy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya. Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't... Wait, really? Well, what happened after that?
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram? You sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Oh, and we also remembered his name, Kari Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner. Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is.
Seems like everyone thinks Kari Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. I Paimon wonders. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so... Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was part of the search party. Honestly, He always seemed to appear out of... If Kari Bear wants me to forget about the time I relied on him for a lot of things. Okay, I'll admit, I was dumped. Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without... You don't need to... It's just like Kari Bear said. And, you know, if he... Anyway, thanks for all your hard work.
Well, that should be it, right? Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell... A picture? Where...
Stand with me!